So I think what's the third one?
Mm.
The heading is not so the
No, it's the one this is.
the heading of the second one. The third one. Yeah, it's supposed to be a different. I'm not sure.
Supposed to be it's like she's okay.
Yeah, she's supposed to be a
Okay. We are recording it now. Where are you going? I'm so starting. It's the things that we're saying. Welcome to Uche Onochie. What's on your mind? Wednesday Live with Uche Onochie. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday evening. I want to appreciate each and every one of you for attending our just concluded Make in Nigeria program. I was quite delighted to see all of you present. So um, thank you for taking out time to come. This is Wednesday Live with Uche Onochie, and what is it all about? Perhaps we have new set of people that are turning in or tuning in or coming on live with us this Wednesday by 4 p.m. What we do is that we ask questions. We get people to ask questions, and we try to answer. What's the purpose behind it? The purpose really is that for a long time, for many years, I've been a facilitator and a trainer, and I realized that it's not every aspect of training that is for everybody. So you can go for a training and it's just 5 minutes of that is what you really need, because you don't need everything. You just need just that bit that you need to do, use it for whatever you want to use it. Also mentoring, because this is a form of mentoring that I am doing. Also mentoring is also to have a communication with. This is like mentoring where I am answering questions. You thank God for technology. You cannot come and see me, but we can talk on through Facebook and through this medium that we are talking right now. So um, it's quite interesting because then I can answer your question. I dedicate 1 hour every Wednesday evening from 4 to 5 to be able to come to you guys and just come and answer your questions. And today I have 3 questions that I want to answer. I need to answer today. Before I go on, I would just like for you to, if you have anyone you need to share this link or you need to give it to, share it with them. You see that life is just tips. It's you don't need everything. You just need, it might just be one word that I say, it might just be one direction that I say that might be the missing link, might be the missing block in your career, in your career building block or in your business building block. It might just be one brick that I'm going to say to you, or one thing I'm going to say to you that can just bring about the transformation. So it's important. It's important because over the years I've been able to acquire experience and wisdom that I use to do this training. So, or rather, to do this, yeah, is a form of training. So I have 3 questions. I will just go right at it, and just help me share it. Even if you can share it now, next Wednesday, try as much as possible to share it to someone. Let's all learn from each other, because as you ask me questions, I also am learning from you. I'm learning from you. So let's ask each other questions and let us learn. So I just do me that favor, just share it with someone and ask someone to be part of it. Okay. So let's go on to the first question of the day. The first question of the day is from Thomas from the city of Owerri. Thomas says, I want to grow my business. That is, he said, how are you doing today, sir? I am self-employed and I want my business to function without me. How can I hire staff who will see the vision the way I see it, and as such create continuity when I'm not physically present? That's very interesting. I like this question really because it shows me that you want to grow. You want to grow your business. Also, you want to become move from being self-employed to become a business owner. And from a business owner, you can now also grow to become an investor. So that transition from self-employed to business owner is what you are trying to do. I don't know if you understand that that is what you are trying to do, but you need to be able to make that transition and make it effectively. This is what I will say to you. It's something that you do gradually. You have to gradually disengage yourself from operational activities. So let me give you an example. Assuming you're a manufacturer, and then obviously if you're an SME, you when you start your business, it's advisable that you are the one running your businesses. You are the key person right there running your businesses. You are hands-on doing that, doing this, purchasing, buying things, and doing quite a lot. And so when you are doing this, all this, you are self-employed. Being self-employed is that you have to go to work every single day. If not, the work will not, it will not, the company will not function well. So what I would say is that you need to, by the time you get employees, you see, employees is very tricky. It takes a while for you to be able to get the kind of employee that you want, especially in Nigeria. Let's be truthful to ourselves. Employees just come for a purpose. Some of them just come to your company to just coast until they get a better job. Some of them just come to your company, they just need the money to sort out a particular problem. After that, they go. Some of them come, they are not ready to contribute more than that, what is required for them to be paid. So employees, to get good employees, it takes time. So when you go to an organization that you have good employees, it's because over time they've learned the way to get these employees and also be able to train them and offer them things that can make them stay. Okay, that's another, I digressed a bit, but let me come back to what you are saying. If you're a manufacturer, a small-time manufacturer, for instance, and after manufacturing, you are also the salesperson. So you have all the contacts, okay? You have all the contacts, you go everywhere. You're a small business. So when you employ someone as a salesperson, a sales and marketing person, what you need to do is that you already have your own clientele. What you do is that for the next 6 months or thereabout, you go out with this person, teach him how you do your business, teach him how you relate with your customers. And by the time you're teaching him and taking him out there, he's understanding what he's supposed to do. It's a gradual process. You cannot, I have a friend that came to me after he has made the mistake. Oh, he went to a company. He told me he doesn't have time to train, that he will just go and poach somebody from another company and use that person. You see, when you poach somebody from another company, you also need to train them in such a way that they will begin to imbibe your own company culture. Every company has its own culture. So that is what I'm saying. The culture of the company, the way of doing things, it might be different from where you poached him. And because you poached him, is doing well there, does not mean that he will come here and do well, come to your company and do well. You need to trust in faces. Trust your employees with responsibility in faces. Trust them as human beings in faces. And the only way you can know that is take them out. You are the CEO, but you're also the sales director. So gradually, what you now need to do is when you get somebody that you think just 50%, you feel that this one can do the job. It can't be 100%. You just have this feeling that this person can do. You want to give him a try. You want to give him a chance. What you do, you are still the head of that salesperson, that sales department, but gradually you take him out, you go out with him, and when you go out with him, you teach him the ropes and tell him this is the kind of this is how I treat this type of client, this is how I do this is how I do that. So you will have to take time and teach him that and take him through the processes that you do. And once you are able to take him through the processes, what you also now need to do is that once you've taught him, then you now need to gradually begin to disengage from the work. When you get to a point that you feel that he's understanding it, you now begin to disengage. Now you begin to monitor him and say, okay, go to this place, give him the lead and see how he copes with it. After you have done that, you begin to give him a target. Okay, so now you have a target of 5 million per annum, of 10 million per annum, of 50 million per annum, depending on the size of your company. And you give it to him in bits so that he doesn't get overwhelmed. Then gradually you are handing over the sales department to him. And as soon as you are comfortable with him, and another thing is that by the time you're handing over those sales, this thing to him, you also need to grow. You also need to transcend from paying him salary alone to maybe making him a junior partner or giving him commission or giving him some form of bonus when a good sales comes in. So it's not just about salary. Now you have to give him some form of incentive that is agreeable to two of you, and with that incentive, he will be able to now do the job well. Then as soon as you have given him that incentive, the next thing that you need to do is to get other people that he also has to keep training. So now, because in the workplace, you must keep training somebody. You must give somebody, whoever is the head of the unit or department must be training others for the sake of continuity. What if that person, as he loves your company, but he becomes sick, he becomes demobilized? What now happens to your company? You now also want to, be falling back. A CEO has his own functions. Perhaps I'll come to that. A CEO has his own functions. You are the ambassador of that company. You carry the goodwill. You are supposed to be traveling, going to seminars, meetings of you are supposed to go to events where you will meet people to push the business. You might not necessarily, you are going there to get contact. When you get the contact, you open door for your salespeople to go and finish up the sales pitch. That's how it works. So the CEO has his work cut out for him. He cannot now, even if he opens a door for you, he expects you to go there and close the deal. That's how it works in partnership. So once your salesperson is in place, what you now need to do is get people that understudy him, not necessarily for the sake of him leaving, but understanding him. So if anything happens as a change, there is no break in transition, so to say. So it's just continuity, and you are just flowing with it. Okay, so now let's talk about another department. Maybe we'll say purchasing. Since you're in manufacturing, you know where to get things cheap. You know where to get your companies, source your raw materials, get them cheap. And so now you also know how to bargain. You know how to bargain to get things the way you want. When you get another staff that you can trust to an extent, you begin to trust him in faces. You begin, by the time you interview him, you know his capabilities and his ability. Then you now say, okay, when you are going, okay, go to Mr. Eze. Go to Mr. Eze, collect so and so. Negotiate this with him. Travel to Abeokuta, go to Kano, go to this place. This is the places you source raw materials. You begin to send him in faces. Even though you have made the arrangements ahead of time, you send him, and gradually that is how you relinquish that responsibility to them. So that you relinquish that responsibility to them, and you can now take it. I don't know who said, if you can't go on leave for 3 months, it means that you are not a business owner. Because a business owner, the difference between a business owner and a self-employed is systems. They have business systems. So business system, this is how to develop business systems. Business systems are procedures, operational procedures and processes that are internally generated to make them be effective in the work that they do. So systems are running on its own. Systems run on their own because you have already done the work at the beginning. So when you do that work at the beginning, you train people, those ones are training others, you realize that your sales department is running very well and your purchasing department is running very well, then you also go to admin. And if there's admin issue, if from there you go to HR, from there you go to other areas of the business where you can get someone, train that person, and release them and give them and give them authority, delegated authority in phases until they can run it, and you give them someone and the system is now put in place. But mind you, even if you're putting systems in place, there must be control measures that you put also in place to check. And most companies use money, finances as a control measure. So you have a manager, because you want the work to move on. The manager can sign for maybe 50,000, 100,000. In big organization, maybe the manager can sign, can vouch for 500,000 living. He doesn't need to come to you to tell you. He can vouch because you've given him delegated authority, but it takes time for you to build that kind of trust. He can act on behalf of the company to an extent. So you set the barrier as the CEO that after this level, then he has to consult with me. But if you want your business to be agile, you must be able to give your employees certain level of authority, delegated authority. And for someone to know that he has delegated authority, it has to do with funds. He should be able to request for funds, use funds, and seek for reimbursement without you necessarily saying, oh, you should have passed this thing. Set your boundary, you know your company, set those boundaries, and let your managers be able to have some form of leverage, or they have to have some form of authority. It's very important. And also, you treat, when you in the organization, make sure that you train them that everybody acts as the CEO. There are some organizations you go to, you can discuss with anybody and you can discuss to a favorable extent. He can tell you everything and you don't need to ask who is your boss. When you go to a company and anybody in the management staff can talk to you and close a deal, that should be the kind of company you should be looking for, that anybody in the company can close the deal, because everybody there is a leader without a title. Let your organization be run like that. There's a book by, I think, Robin Sharma, a leader without a title. Maybe you should buy that book and read it and train your staff as they are coming, that everybody can negotiate a deal on behalf of the company, but set your own control measures, but let it be they can negotiate because they know everything. And one of the ways they can do that is when your meetings are transparent and open. You are not hiding certain information from your staff. Everything is out there in the open. And you encourage them to act in confidence and boldness. You see that your business will grow. Okay, so once your business is grow, those are systems in place. People will be excited to work for you. And when they're excited to work for you, your company becomes vibrant and highly profitable. So this is how to move from being self-employed to becoming a business owner. The difference is in systems, and this is how you build systems. Okay, Thomas from Owerri, I hope I have helped you. Okay, let me go to the second question. Oluwaseun from Ibadan. Oluwaseun from Ibadan. He says, I was really impressed with the meeting in the Make in Nigeria conference last week. I want to leave the employ of my current company and go into business for myself. The honest truth is that I don't know what business to start. I have considered starting a water packaging company, a chain of grilled foods, and a series of others. I really want to get this right, so the money I am putting down to start doesn't go to waste. How can I get guidance? I'm happy for two things. I'm happy that you attended Make in Nigeria. Thank you for attending Make in Nigeria. Okay, just try and keep in touch with the things that we do. Then secondly, I'm happy that you're asking this question. So I'm going to take time. This is the confusion most people have. They don't know which business to go in. And for this is the same reason why up to 90% of SMEs fail within the first 5 years, because we want to get into business. We see ourselves as business people, but we don't really know which area of business that we can get into. So we enter into anyone that we feel that can work. Oluwaseun, please don't make this mistake. Let me give you the principles behind entrepreneurship. Let me tell you the principles behind entrepreneurship. It starts with observing. What is that thing in the society that you feel frustrated about? What is that thing in the society that you feel you can fill in that gap? What is that niche, that gap that you see that you can say, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I have what it takes to supply this. So what have you observed in your locality, in your community, that is missing, that you can bring in and say, okay, this is what I can do? What do you see in already existing products and services that you see that is not performing, that there's still a lot of gray areas, a large area, a large segment of the society that is not benefiting from those products? What can I add to those products that can make it be beneficial to more people? Let me put it this way. Assuming you have a product, your product is serving 50% of your community. And out of that 50% of your community, it only suits 20%. The other 30% are managing you because that is the only thing that is available for them. So what it means is that there are 50% within that community that are saying, no, I'd rather not do, this product is not meeting my standard, I won't even bother. So find out what is it that those people are disgruntled about. What is it that they will rather have than this product? Once you can figure that out, that is a gap. That becomes your niche market. So now you have the potential of taking 80% of the market, so to say. It means that when you launch out to those 50%. Then you come back and launch to take the 30% that are managing him. And you see that your business will take off. It will take off. At launching, it will take off because you already have existing markets. So this is the feasibility study that I'm telling you. You need to know you are in business to solve a problem. You are not in business to call yourself a CEO. So I will advise, don't leave your job yet, even though the spirit of entrepreneurship is pushing you. I understand maybe you see yourself as a business person. You see yourself as a business person. So, but the timing has to be perfect. Everything has to work in sync. Everything has to be in order before you can launch out. So observe to see the gap in the society. Then you ask yourself, can I fill this gap? Do I have what it takes to fill this gap? Is there a market for that thing? Once you can answer yourself these 4 questions, then you are ready for entrepreneurship. If you cannot answer those questions, then maybe you are not ready. Do you have what it takes to start? Do you have funds? Do you need a partner? How can you access funds? Do you have enough funds when you start that you will not fold up? Do you have the market for it? These are the questions you ask yourself. So you are in business to solve something, to solve a problem. You are in business to solve a problem. So Oluwaseun, I'm asking you, what problem can you solve for the society? That's your homework. If you can find out that thing that you can solve for this society, you have a business. Water packaging company. I have a friend that retired. His retirement benefit, he used it to start a water company. He failed woefully because he felt that, okay, it's a business that can work. He doesn't understand the business. You talk about chain of grill food. Do you have experience in them? Perhaps you do. But what I'm asking is that, what is the solution you want? If it's in grill food, you are not the first person to do it. So what is the added advantage, value? If you are not adding value to a product or service, then you have no business launching out. There must be added value that you are bringing. That is what gives you the authority and the boldness to start a business. So if you are just going to start a grill food chain, then what's the difference? What's the differentiation? There's no market differentiation or brand differentiation that is differentiating you from the other company. Two of you are similar. So if I go, I will just choose any one, not because one is superior to the other. Through differentiation, you know which one is superior to the other. And for you to come up with a superior product, you must scan the market, know what is missing in the market. And that's where you latch in. That is where you see the gap. And once you fill the gap, the society will say, thank you. Take our money for solving a problem for us. It's as simple as that. So please don't beat around the bush. See, I see that you say the money is scarce to come by. It's hard to come by. So don't go and take loan to go and start something that you're not sure if that thing will fly, if that thing will work or not. You must be, not 100%, there's no foolproof, but you must know that there's a market for it. And you must know that you are solving a problem for someone before you can say, I am launching out into business. Oluwaseun, I hope I've helped you. Source of money to start the business. You must have the business to start. You must have the funds to start the business. And you must have the funds to run that business for 18 months to 2 years before profits start coming, before they can cover the overhead. You must have money, you must be liquid. If you are not liquid, that business will die. So you need to take care of all these things before you can. I have some courses. If you go to ucheonochie.com/shop, ucheonochie1word.com/shop, you will see quite a lot of my ebook, my audio, my podcast, my courses. You can contact us. I can give you courses. These are already pre-recorded courses. All you just need to do is buy them and you can start your own business. If you're looking for how to raise funds, all those courses are there. You can work with it. Or you can call the office and you can schedule a meeting with me and we can talk more if you're interested in that. The number I think is 070-6742-4191. 070-6742-4191. Okay, Oluwaseun, I hope I've been able to help you there. Okay, this guy says, I work as a nurse in Port Harcourt. His name is Uche from Port Harcourt. He said, I work as a nurse in Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital and I love what I do. My challenge is that my current direct boss is verbally abusive. I am not saying I do everything right, but he uses harsh words on me whenever I have done something that is not in line with his wishes. How does one cope with such in the workplace? Or should I just quit? How does one cope with such in the workplace? Or should I just quit? Because I notice the more I am exposed to the harsh working conditions, the worse at my job I seem to get, because I don't have peace of mind. Okay, Uchenna, I've been in your situation before, and maybe I will use my experience to help you here. Some of the things that helped me go through this experience is that, why do you have that job in the first place? You know, there's something, desire for you to be able to stay on a job. Your ambition or your desire must rise above the sacrifice, must be above the sacrifice that you make. So what you are going to get out of the job is when you weigh it on a scale, is more than the sacrifice and the insult you're getting, the verbal abuse. When you put it on a scale and you say, is this the best environment for me? You see, when you work, when people work for money, thank God you're a professional. You're a nurse, you're a professional. Some people just work because they are adults, they want to work, they just want money to feed, make ends meet. That is the wrongest reason to look for work. You must look for work for a higher purpose, to learn and to develop yourself. You must look for work. To learn to start your business in future for personal growth. When I started working and I went to the first budget session, the first thing that came out of my mouth is that this my CEO, my MD, this man is going to teach me how to make money. So I was not so much bothered about the pay as some people were bothered about the pay. I started work with an MBA. So it was like, why are we paid this much? We should have been paid much. But for me, I'm looking at it that this man that is not even, is a professional, is in the medical field like you, but is running a business. And I admired him, and I was encouraged by him doing that big transition from health sector to core business. And I was like, wow, this man can teach me. What I said is that this man will teach me how to make money. So you see now, it's not about the work anymore. It is about, this man will teach me how to start my business. I was not in a hurry to start business, but this man will teach me something that I need to know. This, I will grow. You know, then Anna had someone that was very nasty, was very abusive, and just like what you're going through. But this is what I did. You need, every time I am going, you need to, because you are the master of your own destiny. You need, I speak to myself. See, let me tell you, if you don't deal with it well, you will lose your self-esteem. To the extent that if you leave that teaching hospital and go somewhere else, your self-esteem is destroyed finally. You are the one that will pump yourself with you pump yourself with your own personal confidence boosters. Yes, you made a mistake. I'm not a failure. Failure is just an event, it's not you. So when somebody shouts at you, I know who I am. When I'm going back home, I say, Uche, I know who I am. I know what I want to get in this job. I know this word. See, you must counter and cancel every negative word, because your boss has a lot to say in your life, because it's an authority figure. Anything you accept becomes your reality. Anything you don't counter, you might not tell him to his face, but if you don't counter it eternally, he will be talking. I say, that's not me. I'm not a failure. I am not stupid. I am more than this. This is a level I must pass through. I must go through this, to go through this level to get what I want. I know what I'm here to do. Do you know, from Ikeja to VI, I'm talking to myself, I am boosting, and the man did not understand why I will come the next day and I am happy. I come the next day, I don't feel down. You know, somebody might not just like you and might just tear you down so that you can go and he will bring somebody else. In my case, it was like, why should they employ me? He wanted somebody on that position. So he was being nasty so that I will leave, or I will seek for transfer to another division. So I didn't know that until much later when I left the organization. So are you now going to leave because he wants to put his brother or somebody in your position? You also need to fight for your destiny. You need to fight for your position. So every time I come, yeah, we all make mistakes. See, let me tell you, in life, nobody ever guarantees you a good boss. And for me, it's good to even have a bad boss so you can appreciate a good one when you have it. See, you might not appreciate a good boss until you see a terrible one. So nobody gives you that guarantee in life. And if you leave that place, I don't know, if you leave that place, perhaps you are truncating your journey, your destiny. A butterfly must endure the cocoon before it comes out to become beautiful. Maybe God is allowing you to go through this thing so it can toughen you up. Some of us, we are oversensitive. And maybe God wants to make sure you are not oversensitive. He wants to remove that. You know, before God can use you, you go through the crucible. Maybe this is your crucible that God wants to toughen you up. So I speak to myself from Ikeja to, I'm not like, I made a mistake, so what? I am not my mistake, I am this. I will do better. But what he helped me do is that I became highly cautious. You know, sometimes we make mistakes because we are tired. Sometimes we make big mistakes because we are gisting with a colleague. But when I realized that this man was on my case, it was one of the things that made me begin to have keen eyes for details. Today, some people can call me, what do you call this word? Someone that seeks perfection. You guys give me a word. What is that word? No, there's a word when somebody, meticulous. Meticulous. I am meticulous. I am meticulous to the details. You can't rush me. I take my time in my training, in the things I do. I'm meticulous because I had a boss that felt I was no good. So I needed to show him. For me, anytime you think that I'm up to no good, I answer you with performance. Anytime you try to show, I work better when you don't like me. I am better when you hate me because you are giving me fuel. You are fueling me to continue to do more. I don't hate you, but if you hate me, you're giving me. So what happens that now my work, because I wasn't meticulous as a young man, I was free doing things, but because I knew I needed this job, because the MD was somebody I've said that will teach me how to make money. So this man cannot stop me from my destiny. This is a journey I have to go through, so I will not allow him. So if I make a mistake, I admit I made a mistake. It made me become meticulous. And part of the success that I have today, if I'm doing a program, I have a checklist. Check, 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 check. Everything I'm doing, check, check, check. And some people, why? Even when I was in my late 20s, people say, why am I behaving like an old man? I said, why? He said, you are doing that. It's only old people that do all this type of things. That young people will just do that. Sometimes I see Banji here in the office. He just is there. I say, look, you don't have pressure. Pressure will make you sit down and check every line. And I came out better. My work, it got to an extent, even he was not insultive, abusive again, but he was, hey, you could have done better, but he would still take the job. You say you could have done better. That he could have done better, I now took it as my own thank you from him. And I took it as thank you from him. So my work improved. And you know, in life, the way God deals with us, we can only grow through adversity. You don't grow by pampering. You cannot grow when somebody pampers you. So you must be able to develop a thick skin, motivate yourself every day. But if you cannot motivate yourself, if you cannot stand the heat in the kitchen, then perhaps it's time to go. But I will strongly advise, develop a thick skin and make sure you do everything very well. I also know, this is option A, I also know that if you don't have the ability, David had to conquer. David and Goliath, it was war of words, not with weapon. That came much later. In fact, it never came. It was war of words that Goliath was talking, David was talking. So whatever anybody says to you, if it's a person of authority, you cancel it. Say what you are, what you know yourself to be. You know why? Because you have power in your tongues. You become what you say of yourself. If somebody abuses it, that is his opinion. His opinion does not matter. It's your own opinion about yourself that matters. And if you allow this thing to keep on going, you will begin to, you begin to imbibe his own position. And that's not correct. What do you think about yourself? But if you weigh everything, assess everything, and you feel this place is too toxic for me, then you need to leave. If the place is too toxic for you, then you need to leave. If you can't motivate yourself in this way, all of us have degree of tolerance. Maybe I have a high level of tolerance. It's just like, you see, one day I went to a hospital, a 50-year-old man was crying that they want to give him injection. He has low tolerance for pain. So I recognize that some of us have that low tolerance. But you see, in the corporate world, you have to develop a thick skin, because you have no idea why somebody wants you out. And if somebody wants to take you out, at least don't make it easy for the person. Make it difficult for the person. Okay? Learn to brush off those abuses. Do your work. You are the master of your destiny. And whatever you say to yourself, you become. And after a while, become meticulous. Do your work well. Shine your eye on the work, as they say. Do your work well. After a while, and be prayerful. I'll ask you to be prayerful. A lady I laid hands with works in the bank. We held hands and I prayed, and we asked the Lord, if this man will not change, let him be transferred. He was not only transferred from Lagos, he was transferred from Lagos to Kwara State. God put him very far from her, so there was nothing. They were not in the same region. They don't report to anybody. God can do that for you. But if it doesn't work that way, then you can do it for yourself. But if you know you don't have that temperament, or you know you don't have what will I say, you can't motivate yourself in that way, then perhaps you leave. But this is my question to you. What if you leave from teaching hospital, you leave from Choba, you go to BMH? What you now meet another, what if you meet his cousin there that is worse than him? What do? Okay, you leave Port Harcourt, you go to Lut. What makes you feel that he doesn't have extended cousins in Lut that even worse than him there? What do? Are you going to keep running? Yeah? You're a professional, you need to develop. What do? This is my question to you. So you have two options, either to leave or to stay there and grow. So Uche, and I hope you consider what I have said today. Obviously, the final decision is yours. I choose the first one if you ask me. But if you decide to that the place is too toxic for you and you move, I will respect your decision. But my only question to you is that what if the same thing happens to you where you're going? Because I've seen situations where if you don't pass a test, God will not take you to the next level. You'll be keep going round one mountain, and God is saying, I need you to go through this mountain. I need you to be able to overcome this so that I can take you a notch higher. Consider my words, Uchenna, is not bad. All of us have had nasty bosses and we've survived. You will tell this story, you give the testimony someday of how you give the testimony someday of how and you were able to overcome this. All right, so these are the three questions that I have. These are the three questions that I have. One more time, thank you for participating in Make in Nigeria. If you have more questions or if you have people that have questions, please drop it on my DM right here. And I'm sure by next Wednesday, I'll be able to answer your questions. Any question at all in the area of personal finance, business, career, leadership, relationships. So whatever in that area, I think you can ask me those questions and I'll be able to answer you. Like I said, please visit ucheonochie.com. One word, you can see it out there, ucheonochie.com/shop. I have a lot. I love most of these questions you're asking me, they're already there in form of books, in form of ebooks, in form of podcasts, whatever you want. It's there. Also courses for those of you that ask about starting businesses. So they're all there. You can look at them every day. We're uploading. Since we changed our website, we upload every day. We upload new things. Okay. All right. I want to share this with you before I go. I started a few weeks ago. I started a platform, a mentoring platform, a close group of people that want to mentor to greatness. And so every day or every week, we discuss things. And if you want to be part of it, or if you know someone that is part of it, or you're already part of it, if you're already part of it, I'd like for you to share it with people that want to grow in this area, in the marketplace. Share with them. I'm looking for a certain number before I close the group, and I will start the mentoring. We take it on another level of mentoring. So for you to be able, but you have to register. Register on this link, linktr. That's linktr.ee /Uche Onochie. It's Linktree, but it's linktr.ee /Uche Onochie. When you click that, when you click that link, it's going to take you somewhere you register. Once you register, it takes you to a WhatsApp or Telegram group where we will communicate and talk. So please just help me share it to someone that you feel can benefit from this mentoring. Guys, let's grow together. Nigeria and Africa is the next big thing. The more we grow like this, the more minds, creative minds, innovative minds are going to come out of Nigeria and Africa, and it will benefit all of us. We need to faith coming by hearing the word of God. Also, innovation coming by hearing innovative ideas and being in an innovative environment where people are striving to be more. And this is what this close group is all about, where we are motivated to be more in every single thing we do. So please help me share it. Male, female, doesn't matter. Whether you're in Port Harcourt or not, it doesn't matter. I'm training, I'm talking. on social media, also on WhatsApp and Telegram. So we are back operations, our operations, we are back with our webinars every Monday by 5 p.m. So please follow us, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also on LinkedIn. You can meet us, just follow us. If you can like this page, send your questions to the DM, and also like Make in Nigeria or like Uche Onochie, and you will get all our activities. Every week we have two major activities: the webinar on Monday by 5 p.m. and this particular What's on Your Mind with Uche Onochie at on Wednesday by 4. So either one, please invite people to it and share it as you get the link. Okay. So thank you for taking our time. If you have questions, I'll be glad to listen. Next week I can. And if please always put the city that that you are in, so that we'll know where you're from. You can also put your phone number. If I feel that I need to call you, I can call you. Some people, I see their stuff, but I don't know how to get in touch with them. So if you want us to get in touch with you, then put your phone number. I want to do more than just do this 1 hour. If I feel led to counsel you more, I'll be able to call you. So put your number there. We must all grow. We should all grow. We can all grow together. Thank you for taking our time. I hope to see you guys on Monday and next Wednesday. Can somebody just wave to me? Let me know that you guys are here with me. All right. Okay. Thank you. God bless. Have a good night. Rest. And you're supposed to let me end this thing now.
Yeah.